In the heart of Tai Kwun stands a 3-story red brick prison block built in 1910. B Hall is now revitalized as one of the most popular heritage storytelling spaces on site. Visitors can experience the overcrowded environment of the former Victoria prison while discovering prison life through multimedia installations. Hi, I am Cindy, host of this episode and one of the tour guides in Discover Tai Kwun. We're now standing in B Hall in Victoria Prison. Let's take a look. B Hall was built to ease overcrowding in the early days of Victoria Jail. Prison labor was used to remove previous structures on site to make way for the building. Built containing 78 cells, B Hall provided a relatively modern prison blueprint. The same blueprint was also used for E Hall, built 5 years later. Designed as a high-security cell block at the heart of the prison, B Hall used to house inmates convicted of the most serious crimes. In the revitalized building now, the interior has largely been kept intact. As prisons back then didn't have air conditioning, Tai Kwun also made an intentional decision to keep B Hall this way, making it the only heritage storytelling space on site without air conditioning. Entering the building is therefore a bit like being transported back to the 1910s. This heritage storytelling space uses life in Victoria Prison as a theme. Here, you can see the original structure of the building and really feel how intensely crowded Victoria Prison used to be. These cells in B Hall share 6 different aspects of prison life in the past, including punishment, rehabilitation, overcrowding, prisoners' welfare, literature, and prison break. At the end of this narrow hallway, you will find 4 empty cells. The lights of these cells will go out as you enter, but don't worry, do go in, feel the space, and imagine what a life behind bars might have been like. One cell usually had 3 inmates. Each cell would have a single bed, a bunk bed, and 2 plastic buckets, one red, one yellow. The yellow bucket was for clean water, and the red bucket was for night soil. Every day, inmates had a set time to clear out the contents of the red bucket. Victoria Prison was the only prison in Hong Kong that never had a flush toilet system. The washroom you see in B Hall was for prison staff only. Notices on the walls here list inmates' rights and responsibilities in different languages. Towards its decommissioning in 2006, Victoria Prison held Vietnamese boat people and other illegal immigrants or overstayers. The multilingual signages reflect the many different cultures of the people who once crossed paths with the site. Over the years, there were some writers or political dissidents who also spent time within these walls and captured their experiences through their works. One of these people was Tai Kwun, a modern Chinese poet. In late 1941, the Japanese authorities in Hong Kong arrested and jailed Dai, most likely because of the anti-Japanese articles he had published. During his time in Victoria Prison, Dai expressed his feelings through poetry. "If I die here, my friends, don't be sad. I shall live forever in your hearts." Not only do these reflections show people's personal stories, they also reveal the lives of inmates through different eras in Victoria Prison. Before entering B Hall, you may notice an obscure door nearby. It's labeled the ladder store. As you can imagine, ladders would have made extremely useful tools for prison break, so this ladder store has been kept sealed to keep the supplies out of bounds. In the coming last episode, we will finally introduce one of the oldest surviving structures in Tai Kwun, D Hall. Do stay with us.